Hello, this is Dr. Grande. Today's question is, can I analyze the interview of Andrew Tate by Piers Morgan, which was released in November 2023? Just a reminder, I'm not diagnosing anybody in this video, only speculating about what could be happening in a situation like this. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and consider supporting me on Patreon. I will put the link to Patreon in the description for this video. First, I'll look at the background of Andrew Tate, move to a summary of the interview, then offer my analysis. Emory Andrew Tate was born on December 1, 1986, in Washington, D.C. He goes by the name Andrew. His father was a chess master, and his mother was a catering assistant. Andrew lived in Illinois and Indiana before his parents divorced. After this, he and his brother Tristan moved with their mother to England. Andrew competed in chess tournaments starting at the age of 5. However, he gave up chess in favor of kickboxing. He enjoyed success as a light heavyweight fighter before retiring. In 2016, Andrew was featured on the 17th season of Big Brother in the UK, but he was kicked off the show after being captured on camera hitting a woman with a belt. In a surprising turn of events, this incident led to Andrew becoming extremely popular with the involuntary celibate community, otherwise known as incels. He has made a number of controversial social media posts which insulted women and other groups. Fueled by his new young male fan base, Andrew became a sort of anti-hero. He embraced this role and continued making offensive statements. Andrew has had a series of online businesses. He started a business selling an online marketing program, which supposedly helps people develop skills to make a lot of money. It was shut down in 2021 after being compared to a pyramid scheme. Andrew operated a webcam model business. He claimed to have earned millions of dollars running this business, which he referred to as a total scam. He also had a private network called the War Room, which was supposed to help the modern man remain free from socially induced incarceration. Andrew had brief but phenomenal success as a social media influencer before being banned from most of the platforms for hate speech and misinformation. In 2017, Andrew moved to Romania as he was under investigation by law enforcement. He thought he would be safe there, but he was arrested in late 2022 for human trafficking and forming an organized crime group. He allegedly coerced women into producing adults-only content. Andrew was eventually released from prison and is awaiting trial. Now moving to the summary of the interview with Piers Morgan. On November 21, 2023, an interview of Andrew Tate, conducted by Piers Morgan, was released. There were 2 parts to the interview. In this video, I will be analyzing the first part. Here is a summary of this interview. Much of this has been paraphrased. The interview opens with Piers Morgan asking Andrew Tate about his arrest in Romania in late 2022. Andrew complained about spending 93 days in jail and being under house arrest for 5 months. He claimed that he predicted his arrest and that it occurred because he spoke out against powerful entities. He believes the accusations against him are ridiculous, and he was put in jail for helping his friends become popular on TikTok. All he did was offer technical and promotional support for women engaging in webcam activities. Andrew suggested that he placed himself in jail by proclaiming the truth to the populace. When asked about his emotional reaction to jail, Andrew said that there were tears running down his face, but he did not cry. He focused on completing an extreme number of push-ups every day in jail, and he was concerned for others, not for himself. Andrew emphasized a few times during the interview that he was not a coward and not a liar. He believes he is facing up to 8 years in prison. If that happens, he will embrace those 8 years. According to Andrew, the authorities called everyone who knew him trying to find one person to say something bad about him. And all the staff at the jail apologized to him for the injustice he was enduring. Andrew claimed that he had 16 or 17 million pounds worth of assets which were seized. He was quite upset by this. He would not reveal how many children he had during the interview because he was the number one enemy of the state. He was implying his children could be in danger, but how could the quantity of children be the key metric required by his enemies? Are the evil conspirators really sitting around a room and saying, if we only knew how many children Andrew had, we could get our revenge? Andrew denied the charges against him and claimed that he was targeted because he spoke the truth about COVID-19 and Ukraine. Piers Morgan talked about how some of the web chats from the online group, the War Room, were disturbing. Andrew said the chats were fake. He then went on a rant about how the Matrix is out to get him. It comprises scientists and other conspirators who create articles which they supply to the mainstream media. The media, in turn, uses the articles to destroy people who tell the truth. When he was asked whether his persona represented the real Andrew or it was fake, Andrew did not supply a clear answer. He continued to make nonsensical statements by suggesting that he used sarcasm, but he meant it. Either Andrew was being deceptive or he does not know what the word sarcasm means. In one of the more humorous moments during the interview, Andrew used the phrase, "man of my stature," which prompted Piers Morgan to remind Andrew that he had no money and had been accused of serious crimes. Andrew defended his attitude toward women, which has attracted a lot of criticism toward him. He promoted the idea that a man should pay all the bills and be in charge of the house. Andrew believes that a woman's job is to be a good girlfriend or wife, and that women should not have to work. He claimed that he wanted any girlfriend of his to be happy, which of course represents a paradox. The girlfriend would be with Andrew, but also expected to be happy. There is no logical reason to believe that those two states could coexist. Toward the end of the interview, Andrew addressed the accusations that he was influencing young men to be ultra-masculine. He indicated that he had been given great power, therefore had great responsibility. Now moving to my analysis. Here are my thoughts on a few areas that stood out to me in this case. Item number 1. Despite being banned from most social media platforms, Andrew Tate has somehow maintained a phenomenal level of popularity among young men. As I mentioned, his strongest connection is with incels, which is why he is sometimes referred to as the king of the incels. He is also referred to as the king of toxic masculinity. During his interview, Andrew continued to court this particular group through pushing his ultimate alpha male ideology. Andrew tries to represent himself with traits that might be appealing to incels. For example, he denied crying, he denied being cowardly, and he mentioned how he did not need any type of therapy, as if that was only for weak men. Andrew represented himself as strong, physically fit, capable of completing a large number of push-ups, wealthy, successful, and extremely attractive to women. He has become a hero to incels by portraying himself as exactly what they aspire to be. Incels tend to adopt an overly simplistic view of what it means to be male. To them, Andrew Tate looks like a real man. If a large number of incels had a big meeting and spent weeks describing the ideal male figure, Andrew Tate is what they would end up with. This in itself should be horrifying. Andrew Tate's cartoonish, aloof, tedious, irritating, and comically simplistic tough guy persona is where the incel ideology ultimately leads. He is their highest form of self-expression. They want the world to be populated with superhuman, Terminator-like macho men. If one Andrew Tate can cause all this destruction, a world full of Andrew Tates would be the apocalypse. Item number 2. If Andrew's followers paid attention to his message, they would realize that he offers a dim and depressing view of masculinity. Based on the interview, Andrew believes that men are supposed to suffer and bear the weight of the world. As they speak the truth, they will be falsely accused of crimes and thrown in jail. There, they will face inexplicable, non-crying generated tears. How is this a desirable portrayal of living as a man? Andrew's followers need to pay more attention to what Andrew is going through as opposed to his words. Like the outcome of his behavior has not been favorable. What has Andrew's macho, greedy, hateful, and manipulative attitude gained for him? He has no money, and he may be getting ready to embrace prison for several years. Incels could learn a lot from Andrew Tate. Unfortunately, they have picked up on the wrong lessons. Item number 3. In addition to incels, Andrew is attractive to many far-right conspiracy theorists. In many ways, he is quite similar to Alex Jones. Andrew speaks forcefully, like he's always trying to create a clever soundbite, but he can't escape the nonsensical nature of his words. In the interview, Andrew promoted a few conspiracy theories and repeatedly referred to the Matrix. To him, life is about fighting these mysterious evildoers who are always working behind the scenes to destroy humanity. Everything good that happens to Andrew can be attributed to his own intelligence, strength, and exceptional moral character. Everything bad that happens to him is caused by evil conspirators who are trying to silence him. This represents evidence of Andrew's grandiosity. In his mind, he is so clever and so amazing that he is able to figure out the nature of these conspiracies when no one else can. Only Andrew Tate can save the world. How does he work toward accomplishing this noble outcome? He sets up businesses to promote webcam models and to scam people out of money. This is his master plan for preventing the destruction of the planet. Now moving to my final thoughts. Andrew Tate has gained popularity because he has connected with the pain, insecurity, frustration, and fears of many young men. The fact that he has had success while maintaining a clownish and bizarre persona underscores the severity of the problem. He is the ultimate expression of what young men view as the ideal man. Yet, he has found himself in a great deal of trouble. If a person's beliefs elevate an individual like Andrew Tate, this is a warning sign to them that their beliefs are unhelpful and destructive. Those are my thoughts on the November 2023 interview of Andrew Tate by Piers Morgan. Please put any opinions and thoughts in the comment section. They always generate an interesting dialogue. As always, I hope you found my analysis of this topic to be informative. Thanks for watching.